It is 6 o'clock here on this Wednesday morning. Thank you for starting your day with us here on Sunrise. Jason and Alicia here with you as we head into what's going to be a really nice day.
I'm so excited. We played catch in the yard yesterday. Remy actually caught the ball, John. It was a beautiful day.
What a moment.
I know. It was great.
It takes years, right? You're like, here, catch the ball. And then they catch it. You're like, whoa. I know. I've done it too. It's so cool. 46 degrees out there right now. Super warm. If you can get away with not wearing a coat, do so. It's going to be warm this afternoon and getting close to 70. If you wear a coat, shed the layers quickly. Warming even out west, seeing temperatures build. The winds kind of all over the place. Where it's calm, the temperature drop. But see how they're kind of building back here in Marshall? That's why it's been able to warm in western Minnesota. But we're driving in warmer air today with that southwest wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Getting into the upper 60s, even by noon, it's going to be a warm day today. We will talk about a couple of chances at 70, and I've been bumping up temperatures actually heading into the weekend. We'll talk about it in a bit. Welcome back, Cece.
Thank you. Happy to be back. Happy Wednesday. Now, if you're traveling through the New Brighton area this morning, heads up, there is a crash that just popped up here a few minutes ago. It's on 694 westbound, right between 35W and Long Lake Road. You can see a few cars on the side of the road there with their hazards on. So if you're traveling through that area, it's not slowing anything down, as you can see, but if you see those hazards, definitely slow down there. That's the only thing I'm tracking. Everything else looking good across the metro this morning. But again, if you're heading out the door within the next 30 minutes or so, let me know your commute and I can show you what the roads are looking like in that area. Hashtag Cece's Commute on social media.
All right, Cece, thank you. In case you're just joining us here, the jury in the Apple River stabbing trial could start deliberating as soon as today.
At first, though, the prosecution and the defense have one more chance to prove their case. Michelle Beck joins us live from the courthouse, tracking new developments that could impact the verdict. Good morning, Michelle.
Yeah, good morning to you, Jason, Alicia. Closing arguments will start at 8:30 this morning. And here's something new for the jury. They can now consider lesser charges for the defendant, one that's not first-degree intentional homicide. Some big moments yesterday in the last 24 hours as Nikolai Mew took the stand in his own defense. For the first time, we heard in his own words, he feared for his life and his force was justified. The 54-year-old is accused of killing a teen and stabbing 4 other people on the Apple River. Mew described the scene, saying he was called names, couldn't escape from the position he was in, and was hit in the head 4 times, even on the rocks.
What do you believe would have happened to you had you not used your knife?
I would have died. I believe I would have been killed that day.
Why'd you?
At that specific time.
Why'd you use your knife?
To defend myself.
And more details to come in the next 30 minutes. We'll talk about Mew's memory, his recollection of what happened 2 summers ago on the Apple River, plus the lies he admitted to telling investigators. Jason, Alicia.
I know so many people have been glued to this trial. So much to unfold still. All right, Michelle Beck reporting live. Thank you for that. We're also tracking a heartbreaking story out of Ramsey this morning. In the last 24 hours, we've confirmed with investigators a woman, a young girl, and a boy were found shot in an SUV at Rum River Park. The Anoka County Sheriff's Office has not released the names or ages of any of the 3 yet. An elementary school in the area released a note to families saying a 3rd grader, preschooler, and their mother died, and that the school would be offering support today. Members of the community came to Rum River Park to pay their respects yesterday afternoon and to start a memorial.
I thought of them all night long, and so my heart is just with that family and friends and everyone who knows the family.
We reached out to the county coroner to learn the names and ages. They pointed us to the sheriff's office. We then reached out to the sheriff's office, but we have not heard back. We need you to take a moment right now and look at your screen. The Meeker County Sheriff's Office is looking for this red pickup truck. They say it may have been involved in an attempted abduction of a 13-year-old in Ellsworth Township 1 week ago. Officials believe the truck is a late model Ford F-150. It was captured on video in the area the same night of the alleged incident. If you have any information, you're asked to call the Meeker County Sheriff's Office. 1 year after Wisconsin police officer Emily Breidenbach was killed in the line of duty, a new permanent memorial in the town she served has been revealed. It sits outside of the Chautauqua, Wisconsin Police Department. It was designed by a close friend and current officer from the department.
This one is for the community, a place for them to come. Healing takes a lot of time, especially when somebody is stripped from you so quickly. Emily is missed so much, so terribly, but she's here.
Officer Hunter Shield of the Cameron Police Department was also killed in the shootout. His family says they're celebrating his life and service in private. Both officers will be honored during this year's National Police Week in Washington, D.C.
There's a new push at the state capitol to keep Minnesota food shelves stocked. Food pantry leaders joined lawmakers calling for $5 million in state aid to help battle hunger. A new bill would create the Minnesota Food Bank program. It would provide money to shelves across the state and set up a system so they never run out of essentials like milk, eggs, and other protein.
And even more heartbreaking, children that visit, or all the people that visit CES today, over 40% are children, right? So just think about that. Over 40% of the people that visit our food shelf are children. And that number and that demand is going to go up, of course, as people start to get ready to leave school in June.
The new bill also includes $2 million in one-time funding for food shelves across the state.
Time now 6:07, and if you plan on taking the light rail this weekend, you need to hear this next story. All weekend trains will be shortened to 2 cars. In June, weekday service will also be brought down to 2 cars. The one exception will be during major events, things like sporting events and concerts. Metro Transit says this should help its on-car officers deal with crime. All of this comes after the agency recently unveiled a new security plan, and numbers show that plan may be working. Overall, crime numbers dropped 25% over the course of 2023. This, as they say, ridership jumped 15%, and their officers are more actively patrolling the transit system. Right now, the Metro Transit Police Department has 107 full-time officers, but is authorized to have 171 on the force.
A recycling center in Minneapolis is getting a makeover in a push to keep recyclables out of landfills. A $4 million grant will help redevelop the North Transfer Station into a self-haul site. People will be able to bring items like mattresses to be recycled. According to the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, the Twin Cities generated more than 3 million tons of trash in 2021. The MPCA says it's aiming to increase the state's recycling rate from 45% to 75% by the year 2030. And if your family is part of the Minneapolis School District, some of your kids might be getting a new school bus. In the last 24 hours, district leaders showed off new electric buses and announced that 2 more are on the way. As part of a Clean School Bus Program grant from the Environmental Protection Agency. District officials say they're aware fully electric vehicles lose distance in the cold weather, but a pilot program last winter showed the electric buses were able to cover routes in Minneapolis. That full pilot program report is going to be released later this month.